Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
Coming up this week, we have ultra lightweight climbing wheels, esports news, new GCN shop merch, as well as snacks of the week making a comeback.
And our main talking point this week is, well, the things we learnt doing a 1,000 kilometre ultra race in Switzerland.
I mean, mostly you learned them. I didn't do the race.
Okay.
So for this week's main talking point, we are going to discuss some of the equipments and sort of intricate details based around the Tour de Station's Ultra 1000 Sportive Crazy event that you did the other week. Now, there were loads of questions underneath both the main event video on GCN and also the kit check video on GCN Tech.
Yeah.
So I've sort of pulled together some kind of like a talking points and questions that we can then ask you.
Okay. Well, I should point out as well, there is a lot of people asking about a GCN Plus film on it.
Ooh.
Now, it's not ready yet because it takes us a bit longer to put a GCN Plus film together because it's, well, such higher production qualities and stuff. That's in the pipeline. We will announce when that's coming out. And there will be a load more detail in that as well, far more than we can put in a YouTube video. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff.
I've had some really good chat behind the scenes with Ollie about this stuff. First thing I did was ask, did you actually finish and how much pain are you in? A lot apparently. The first thing you actually told me about the event was how sore your neck was.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably start with some sort of chat about position and bike setup for when you want to take on an ultra event.
Yeah, so, right. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, going into this event, I have never had any pain on the bike, apart from breathing, cardiovascular pain, like the normal pain. But in terms of pain associated with bad bike fit or position, like knee pain, neck pain, back pain, wrist pain, that kind of stuff, I've never had that. But, we've done some really long rides, like 12-hour rides and stuff, and even the normal Tour de Station, when I did that, I didn't feel any shoulder pain or neck pain or anything else. Fine.
1,000K, you're pushing to the limits, aren't you?
Yeah, and so there was an element of, even though my bike setup is kind of quite, road racy, it's quite aero, it's quite aggressive, longer stem and lower and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the most outrageous out there, but there was a case of if it isn't broke, don't fix it. If someone had come up to me and gone, go for a more relaxed fit and do a month before the biggest ride I've ever done in my life, I would have gone no.
You'd have gone, right, I'm sticking to my guns, I've got this position, I know it, I'm comfortable, and you'd have gone with that. Because
I think in a ride of this length, something is going to hurt at some point.
Yeah.
And if something started to hurt and I changed my position, I would have been like, it's because I changed my position, and that would have, I think, mentally cracked me.
Yeah.
So I think, but having said that, now I've done one and I know if I did another one, then I would go in with a more relaxed position and I would use tri-bars, even though there's not necessarily for aero, it's more just so that you've got that rest.
So just a different position.
And you can just rest your arms, yeah.
I'm intrigued as to what it is that made your neck so sore. Is it just pure fatigue from holding your head up for so long?
Yeah, I think it is that. It was a thing called Schirmer's neck, and James Hayden famously got it in the Transcontinental and tied an inner tube around his head to
he had a bit of wood down his back.
Pull it back. So I can relate to that. It's not very nice.
We'd get you a carbon fibre pole.
Yeah. Your neck. I mean, you're in this position. You're holding your head up constantly for hours and hours and hours. Your head's a heavy part of your body.
The heaviest part, is it not?
The muscles just go.
Yeah.
And it really hurts. And I think it's just. You can sort of train for it a bit, but I think you'd have a more relaxed position.
So perhaps the first time you're going to say you might have adopted comfort over aero.
Yes, I think comfort could be quicker than aero in this type of situation. The other thing is that I should point out is my bum was absolutely fine.
Oh, I'm pleased to know.
Yeah.
Everyone at home will be so glad your bum's okay.
And so something I'm thinking is, because I have a more aggressive position, my hands really hurt because I'm carrying weight on my hands because I'm more forward on the bike. But maybe if I was in a more relaxed position, I would then be distributing more weight onto my bum. Maybe my bum would have started to really hurt.
Interesting.
I don't know. It feels like in a ride that long, you're always going to be hurting somewhere.
You're going to be uncomfortable. Well, and on that, we'll segue nicely from your bum to talking about tyres.
Yeah.
And we're always banging on about how tyres are one of the first sort of big upgrades you can make to your bike, make a huge difference in terms of comfort and performance. So I'm not actually sure what tyres you did use for the event because I haven't watched the video.
Well, we
yet.
contacted Pirelli, and Pirelli said their recommended tyre choice was the P0 SL, which is a lighter weight, like higher. Well, it's got a better rolling resistance than a normal P0.
Yeah.
And there's gravel in the event as well. And
Tubeless?
They analysed the route and stuff. Yeah, and they said set it up tubeless, use a 28 and use the SL, the faster, slightly lighter version.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a single puncture in the event. It was fine, even though riding over gravel and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was some sort of descending on some light gravel. Fine.
All right.
No punctures.
So when you started, did you start in the morning or did you start in the evening? So did you start as the sun was coming up or the sun was setting? So
Started
what
at
lights
3 p.m. in the afternoon.
3 p.m. Okay.
And then it got dark at 9.
9. So what did you do about lights?
Lights, I had a variety of different ones. So we had lights on the, I always had more than one light on the bike because you always have a backup. I think it's sensible. So I had a load of Topeak lights on the back and some smaller Topeak lights at the front. Then I had also size big, he had exposure.
Oh, okay.
Because they're just like amazing big endurance lights. And then I also had a power bank to charge things.
Oh, charging all your devices.
Yeah, so like I just put that in the top tube bag so I could charge things on the go. But because there are these reboost stations in this event, and I was planning to sleep for say like 4 hours, as soon as I got to the reboost, the first thing I did, devices, lights off, give them a top up, give them a charge.
Did you have to charge your gears up at all? Or were they all right the whole way through?
The gears probably would have lasted, but halfway through we did just connect those up to a power bank as well, just while I was sleeping, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
One question I did get asked is why not use a dynamo hub?
Oh.
Because, well, you could, for what I've just answered, use a power bank, you can charge things, top them up when you stop and sleep, and the dynamo hub adds weight and it slows the wheel, it creates resistance in the wheel, so it slows you down.
Maybe on like a self-supported event.
Yeah, probably maybe like transcontinental, maybe a dynamo hub, yeah.
I've already mentioned that I haven't actually watched your kit check video yet, but I'm keen to know, did you mention about the waxed chains? Because we're always banging on about chains.
Yeah, so I used waxed chain, obviously. But a waxed chain is like, in the single waxing is typically going to last like about 600 kilometers before you need to do something to it.
At best, sometimes less.
Yeah, well, if it rains and stuff.
Yeah.
If you know because you start to hear it. Like you can hear, that's the best indicator I find. You hear it starting to get louder. So what I actually did was I waxed a brand new chain for the event and I waxed a second one and I just like prepared it and run it in on the turbo for like 20 minutes. Took it off and that's ready to go. So halfway through, when like sort of 500 odd kilometers in, just swap the chain and put a fresh waxed one on halfway through.
I think this is a great concept. This was something that we came up whilst Josh Portner was here, actually.
Yeah.
We were chatting through a load of cool stuff there. So that's good. And then 1,000 kilometers, surely you're going to have to have just piled food in non-stop.
Yeah, like, I was trying to have like 120 grams of carbohydrate an hour.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, I was probably having like less than that because it was just so hard to like continue eating. And I don't know. I think like having like all the beta fuel stuff is dead good because it's just so concentrated in carbs. So I was constantly filling my pockets and my top tube bag with loads of it. And then I had
the jellies?
The big bottles as well.
So did you find...
The biggest problem was getting enough water in with the amount of food.
So something I used to find when I was racing, obviously nothing like the crazy distance you did, was it's sometimes difficult to find a balance between like the really like high performance nutrition products and then sometimes just wanting like real food. So did you go for like a combination of that, and what's like, have you learned anything from the event about that?
Yeah, so I think I was also just smashing loads of rice, had some pasta, you can see that in the video, but like I prepped a load of stuff the day before and we had loads of stuff in the van ready to go.
Like a boss.
Yeah. One of the things that I absolutely loved that was just so easy to get down, super high in carbs, was just making like a rice pudding. So didn't want fatty stuff, but just had like just rice pudding with a load of oat milk and a load of jam to like add more sugar in there.
You didn't eat 10 bags of crisps like Connor in Unbound?
No. It was just like I was fueling for performance. And then when you have like that rice pudding is actually pretty good because it's essentially like beta fuel because you've got jam, which is super high in fructose, and then you've got like rice, which is more high in like glucose. So you've got that mixture of glucose and fructose. So it's kind of naturally doing it.
Yeah. Well, those are some good little insights that you've shared with us. As I said, I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm going to make a point of watching both videos this weekend. So if you guys haven't seen it as well, please do so and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, I'm going to throw it out there now. Comment in the Tech Shows video, and if you like it enough times, we'll just send Ollie to do it again.
Yeah.
You up for it? How many likes do we need to do it again?
God. If someone had offered me £1 million the day after I'd finished it to go ride it again, I mean, I probably would have taken the £1 million, but I just wouldn't have been able to complete it again. So I wouldn't have got the £1 million.
All right, on that note, let's crowdfund it. Let's get Ollie back next year.
No, it was, yeah. I think there's a lot you can sort of learn from these things. It's, but a lot of, you just have to, in many cases, I think, do want to learn. But top takeaway is definitely hydration and position.
I think I've learned enough from you that I don't need to do it.
Yeah?
Cool, nice.
Time now for Hot Tech. First up, we've got to announce the winner of the DMT Lace-Up Shoes Poggy Edition.
Yeah, Poggy's heartbeat.
Who's won them?
You said the name.
Alexander Fibic has won the shoes. Alexander Fibic, you've won them. This isn't a fake competition that you've won. Unlike all of the comments under this video and all of the other videos at the moment from those fake accounts saying you've won. What have you won?
Nothing.
Well, fake people trying to scam people. You've won a slap.
It's AI. Blame the AI. And we'll be in contact with you via email because we've already got that email address because you entered the competition.
Yes.
Right. Now then, we should move on to something slightly more sensible. The SLA, it's been around for a few weeks now. There's loads of social media about it, loads of marketing stuff, but we haven't been together on the Tech Show for a few weeks. So we haven't actually spoken about it yet, have we?
No. Pretty big bike launch, this. Like, I mean, it's everywhere. The most notable thing, I think, is the weight. So they were saying it was 685 grams claimed frame weight in a size 56, which is very low. Now, the S-Works Athos is 100 grams lighter than that.
Wow.
But it's lighter than, well, the claimed weight is lighter than all of the competition.
I've got some examples and stats here. Cannondale Lab 71, 770 grams. The new SL8 is 50 grams lighter than a Factor O2 van.
Yeah, so...
It's light.
It is really light. And, you know, these are the new bikes. And so the way that they've claimed they've done this is with thinner tubes throughout the bike. So you do start to think, there's only so thin you can go. Like
way
how
thin.
A thing's getting very fragile. But they're also saying it's 8 watts faster than the previous one.
Revised like handlebar cockpit area.
Yeah, which they say is 4 watts of that. So you could presumably put that cockpit on the previous one. And then
this is something that we've started to see with lots of different bike manufacturers. They've just revised the front section of the bike, and you're like, well, the back end's kind of still pretty similar.
Yeah. So overall, a slight tweak and improvement over the previous one, but considerably lighter. Cool. Threaded bottom bracket as well.
That is actually cool. Yeah. Next up, I mentioned there was some esports news. So my Whoosh, as of 2024 and all the way through to 2026, are going to be the host people behind the Cycling Esports World Championships, which is kind of a big deal. Now, I've got a little bit of information about this. So my Whoosh is hugely backed by UAE, like the entire nation. And it's part of like a big drive to improve the cycling community because they got the World Road Race Championships there in 2028. So that's the theory behind it. My Whoosh, I think, have basically muscled their way in there because it was an open bidding process.
Was it?
Yeah, quite interesting, eh?
Big UAE dollars.
Big boy dollars.
Also, we said we've got some super light wheels. We weren't lying. Hunt have got an incredible sub 1 kilogram wheel set out that's designed for, well, hill climbs.
Tubular though.
Yeah, Feather's got a set, he's told me.
Of course he's got a set.
Yeah, 963 grams a pair, disc brake wheels, but yes, tubular.
Yeah, I've got
So-
some stats as well.
Okay.
Shall I quick fire roll them off? New carbon fibre rims are 30 millimetres deep, but they're wider, so they're now 26 millimetre wide, so they match up with anything from teeny tiny old school tubulars all the way to like more modern 28 millimetre wide ones. 18 spokes at front, 20 in the rear, and these are those really crazy like UD carbon fibre spokes, which are replaceable and serviceable if you end up breaking one.
Yeah. I also saw that one of the crazy things with these carbon spokes is that they're now trueable.
Yes.
So they're adjustable. Like, some people might not be aware of this because not everyone adjusts their wheels. Most people don't.
No.
But if your wheel does come out of true, with carbon spokes, it's normally like you have to take the spoke out, put a new spoke in, or rebuild the wheel. Or like
Some of them are just bonded together.
Yeah. So for a carbon spoke that's actually adjustable, that's a pretty interesting thing.
Yeah. Also,
If you're a nerd.
yeah. New ratchet engagement, so 40-tooth ratchet means you've got quick 9 degrees of engagement.
Yeah, they got their new Hunt have done the internals on these hubs previously, but yeah, well, I'd like to try them at some point.
Well, you better go enter a hill climb.
Yeah, they're in some hill climbs. Yeah.
And then finally in Hot Tech this week, we have some new shop merch which we thought we should mention. It's for the big
red Spanish bike ride that starts this weekend.
I've got a little bottle here. You could argue that it's a normal bottle, but no, it's not. It's themed for the Spanish bike ride.
You could argue that, but I think you're being ridiculous.
And there's loads of really cool t-shirts. If you want to see all of the t-shirts and hoodies that are available, head over to shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com. Not only will you see the t-shirts and merch, you'll see us two jokers because we were there modelling it, weren't we?
Who do you want to win the big Spanish red bike ride?
Well, I know who I would want to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you.
But I'm not sure.
I'm not asking you who you think
I
is going to
just want G to win.
Yeah.
100%. Why not?
I want Remco to win.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Duel it out then, shall we?
Yeah. Right.
Well, let's see how that pans out in a couple of weeks. More Hot Tech next week.
It's time for comments of the week, but before that, we've got a return of snacks of the week. Yes, we do.
Is that a pizza?
I thought it might be a pizza, but there was a note, and it said that it's from GCN superfan, Catherine, aka Stethoscopes.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. It's a Tour de Station ultimate cookie. She's made the ultimate cookie to replenish some of the calories.
I hope it's arrived in one
Burn,
piece.
and it's got little Swiss,
Whoa, look at that
little
thing!
Swiss mountain chocolates on it.
Whoa.
That is the biggest cookie I think we've ever seen.
That is deep as well. Wow.
In the event, I burn 30,000 calories.
Yeah.
I reckon that's about 30,000 calories.
I like the fact that the little squares are slightly melted on some of them. They look really cool.
Squares, pyramids.
Pyramids.
Toblerone pyramids.
Yeah, I'm still learning shapes.
Other Swiss chocolates are available. Yeah.
That'll go lovely with lunch. Save
Yeah.
that.
Didn't know I was presenting with Hank. Right.
Whoa! Absolutely shots fired.
Burn. Got the Park Tool pizza cutter, Alex.
At least we've got a pizza box.
I think this is a...
Go! Go on,
this
put
is-
your back into it.
This is a
Quite literally, it's a tough cookie.
This is a tough cookie. Jeez, what's this made of?
That's the best joke I've ever made. Can you do yourself an intro?
Somewhat tragically, that is the best joke you've ever made.
You're so bloody mean to me.
I have, yeah. Yeah.
I want a bit from the middle where it's like soft and gooier.
Yeah. Well, should we slice that one in half?
Can I just have the
Go
tip?
for it. The tip.
Cut the end off. Oh, it is tough.
Oh.
It's stronger than I look.
Wow.
No,
There we go.
really nice.
Oh, cheers.
Thank you.
More.
You make such a mess. You're a messy eater. Anyway.
Well,
It's now
good,
time
that.
for comments of the week.
Wow.
We'll be back in a second. First in, from last week's show, actually, is from Kuri Kalkvist. When do we get to see GCN presenters team up and attempt to match the individual pursuit speed as a team? I don't know if we could even go that quick.
I don't even know if we could.
Even as a collective. No.
Oh.
It'd be cool to see if we could, though. I would like to make that video.
We'd have to do a lot of training.
I'm just very worried we'd do a lot of training, a lot of prep, and a lot of expense and go, yeah, we can't do it.
I don't think we could. Yeah. 1,000% we need to see Connor try cycle ball from user IY3TJ6ES6L.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement there.
Yes, that is will be phenomenal. Also got a comment here from Professor Michael Slavinsky.
This is the longest. We're not going to read all of that, are we?
Well, so this is on the last week's show,
Okay.
which was about the mathematical modelling of like hour records and track cycling and stuff.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of comments of people who I'm willing to bet are not professors of mathematics, who seem to think that they know more than a professor of mathematics. But Michael has very patiently replied to those comments, and he said that if anyone is interested in actually looking into this, because it's legit maths and it's fascinating, they should check out the article, which is entitled "Modelling of a Cyclist's Power for Time Trials on a Velodrome." If you search that in Google, you should be able to find it. Also, should point out as well that it's not just Professor Michael. He also has his brother Raphael helping him, and PhD students as well. So,
wow,
yeah, there's a whole team of them involved in coming up with this. And the other key thing we should point out is that the model has been used before. So the predictions that this model can create was used to help strategize the hour record of both Dan Bigham and Filippo Ganna in Grenchen. So
that is impressive.
Yeah. And so, of course, there are errors in things and things aren't totally correct, but it does take into account a lot of different things and it's worth checking out.
Okay, well, moving on, auto shift bike gears. A real, simple, fun video I made last week taking a look at the auto shift gears, which was on Hank's bike from the commuter challenge that we did. 99Hangman99 says, I should like this video simply for the fact that George, aka me, listens to the will of what people want and made a video about the bike as per requested when we all saw it. Yeah.
I'm having more cookie.
That's literally why I made it. I thought, do you know what? Yeah. People want to see more about the auto shift bike, so I'm going to make a video about it.
I was really interested.
Yeah. Fox Performance Elite MM says, if shifting is too stressful for you, this means you should probably visit a doctor immediately. Whatever. Tour de Station's bike check. Laura Probert 7205. I'm curious to know if you got any punctures or mechanicals. And as it was a multi-day event, did you take any spare jerseys and shorts? I've done a few 1,000-kilometre events, and I felt like I took a lot more stuff. Please hold cooler.
Well, we did answer that in the talking point.
Yeah, we kind of did.
No mechanicals. And regards shorts and jersey, yes, swapped them 3 times.
That's interesting.
So I wanted fresh kit on, and when I slept, I stopped them. I changed. Shorts is a big one, just because you don't want to get saddle sores. So it's a hygiene thing.
Mine just comfort and just feeling a bit nicer.
Wet wipes myself.
Yeah. Didn't have someone to do that for you?
All over. And then put some new shorts on.
Is the wet wiping scene in the video? Because if it's
like this.
Yeah. If the wet wiping scene's not in there, maybe it'll be in the documentary.
GCN Plus.
Yeah, that's what you pay your subscriptions for.
GCN After Dark.
Universe-Juice says, watched your ride, very awesome job. Was wondering how long it took to recover from it.
Still not recovered.
Okay, easy. Right, it's now time for the bike vault. It's my favourite part of the show. And as always, if you want to submit your bike into the bike vault, you can do it on the GCN app and you can play along at home. But as always, we get the casting vote. The most super nice bike from last week is from Michelle Gagnon. How would you say that?
Gagnon.
Gagnon.
Biggie Big. No, this was the most super nice last week.
Yeah, this was the most super nice last week.
It's been the most super nice 2 weeks in a row.
Really?
Yeah, you're still wrong. The viewers are still wrong. It's not super nice, it's Biggie Big.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Who have we got first up then?
We've got User.
Oh, no, it's Cat Mao. It's Cat Mao 72.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, Cat Mao 72.
Get ahead of yourself.
I really like that. That's a nice one, isn't it?
BMC SLR01.
I've not seen that paint job before, but I like it. It almost looks like it's
nice.
titanium, except it's not. It's carbon. Yeah, super nice, easy. Le Angry Poulet, which is like the angry chicken, has a Trek Y-foil.
Do you know how I would have read that? L'Ingrai Poulet.
Yes, I know. What do you think of the Trek Y-foil? A once UCI banned bike.
From 1999. I was just 9 years old when this was out. What a incredible piece of equipment. I really like it. I like the picture.
I really like the bottle cage thing going on in the middle. That's cool.
The valves are almost aligned, but not in the right position.
I think
not
we can give that a super nice, just for its uniqueness.
100%. Super nice. Next up is Ave Marcy.
Ave Marcy.
Yeah. Velo S2, 2009. This is nice. Like it.
Do you like these?
I like that era of bike.
Yeah.
It's doing it
SRAM red mechanical on there. That's the lightest group set I think there was ever commercially made group sets.
Fun facts, there you go. I like it. I think, even though it's got a saddlebag and a few little bits and bobs on it, I think I really like it. I'm going to super nice it.
Yeah.
Could you get on board with that?
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Velocipede Devegan.
No, I think it's vegan.
Velocipede de Vegan.
Yeah.
It's got a rally chopper.
Oh, Getty, love
Mark
these.
IV chopper.
This is one of the new boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super nice in it. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our last bike for this week.
Yeah.
That means the tech show's drawing to a close. I've loved every minute of it. It's great to have the dream team back together. And we're actually in the middle of trying to plan our next big ultra event thing we're going to do together as a pair.
Yeah, we've got a mission.
A top secret mission that may or may not be in Mallorca.
Yeah.
I've given it away now. Cool, right, we're out of here. See you later. We're going to go stuff our face with cookies.